Hi, I'm Adam Howard, and I am an assistant professor of musical theater at the School of Theater and Dance at Texas Tech University, and I am the music director for our production of Heathers. Heathers is based on the film of the same name from the 80s starring Winona Ryder and Christian Slater, and it was a cult classic. Didn't make a lot of money when it came out, but it had a lot of video rentals, and then it kind of came back in the 90s and was rerun a lot. And anything with a cult following makes a good off-Broadway musical. The music stylings of the musical, this is not a jukebox musical. It's set in the world of the 80s. There are some references to 80s things, some MTV references, there's a reference in one of the songs to Live Aid. It lives in that time. There's discussion of Jiffy Pop and renting videos, like new things like The Princess Bride. So the music reflects, at times, a sort of 80s vibe, but it doesn't live exclusively in that world. It uses a lot of different musical theater vocabulary. Some songs are in different styles, but everything has an overall tone. There's some really good use of motif being the musical idea that different characters or scenarios are underlined by the same musical theme. You know, whenever there is tension about suicide, you hear the same musical theme. Whenever there is discussion of this sort of wistful idea of can't we just be 17, you have that theme coming back. And whenever there's something going on that's about the Heathers controlling the high school, they have a theme. In fact, after the leader of the Heathers, Heather Chandler, dies, and the new Heather takes her old scrunchie out of her locker and becomes her, you hear the same musical theme again in the underscoring, just a little bit slower to musically symbolize how she's making herself the new leader. So the use of those themes, musical themes, keeps coming back to drive home the themes of the musical itself, such as suicide and popularity and control. This musical is extremely musically challenging, not just for the soloists. I think the ensemble singing is even harder than any of the solo stuff. The soloists get to sing their high screamin' rock songs like Dead Girl Walking and Freeze Your Brain and things like that, but the part singing in the background is deceptively difficult. It often switches from 4 parts to 6 parts, and the rhythms are pop and rock rhythms, which are always more difficult than the classical straight rhythms, and the cast has completely risen to that challenge. And I think everybody was surprised that something that's this poppy could be this technically difficult, and the arrangements are fantastic. The harmonies are fantastic. I think the cast's favorite song is Big Fun. We have been doing it since the auditions because I needed to know that in the auditions I needed to find out who could even do part singing, who could learn their part. It is a really, really fun number. It is a high energy number. It's the entire cast. It's funny and fun and poignant, and it rocks, and everybody seems to really, really like doing it. In fact, when I play the introduction in rehearsal, everyone gets really legitimately excited that we're about to do that number. I think that's absolutely our favorite. People need to see Heathers because it's high energy, funny, incredibly good music, and it really, really will make you think about these themes, and it's surprisingly moving. So come see Heathers at Texas Tech School of Theater and Dance. We open October 13th through 16th and shows again on the 20th through the 23rd. Unless your kids are already in high school, might leave them at home. It is a grown-up, awesome musical.